You ready? All right. We're live on Facebook, guys. Still waiting on Instagram, and we're live on both. There you go. I've got some guests with me today that are sitting slightly off camera, but I'm sure at some point they'll make their way into camera. We can see one on. There we go. All right. So today I thought it'd be fun to go through my camera bag and kind of what I take out with me when I go. Sometimes things I take out with me are my children. They don't go in the bag though, generally speaking. They carry their own bags.
I've gotten in the bag.
You in my bag? No, you haven't. All right, so this is my camera bag. It's a Lowepro 450, and you can see there's often lots of surprises, and there's some things that I take out that maybe you wouldn't think of. So this is what the inside of this looks like. So at the moment, because I just got back from a trip, my cameras are not in there. And normally they're only in there when I'm like actually out. So that part remains empty. Griffin would like to show you one of my cameras. Much more entertaining than normal. I've got Peanut Gallery in the back.
I'm not peanuts.
You're not peanuts? I mean, you're kind of peanuts. So this is the camera I shoot with. This is a Canon 5D SR, and currently it's rocking a 16-35, which this is like my favorite lens to shoot with. Not to say that it's the only one I shoot with, but most of the time I'll start with this. And so move after I'm kind of done with this, or sometimes I'll go out specifically with this other lens here.
The big boy lens.
The big boy lens, as Griffin calls it. So he's got much better names for it than I do. So
55,
this, what is it?
55 to 250.
Nope, that's closer to what yours is.
No, mine is a 55 to a 300.
Yeah.
It's 55 to 300.
So this is a 70 to 200 millimeter. This is a super fun lens for like wildlife, which this is normally my wildlife that I'm shooting. So most portraits I shoot, which I don't really post a lot of that on Instagram, I'll shoot with this. And normally at around like a 80 to 100 millimeter or something like that on this zoom. But this is cool because it's 2.8 image stabilized. This thing I think is really just like a beast. So that's kind of my second favorite lens to shoot with. But I also shoot with two cameras. So all of this gets stuffed into that bag. My film camera, I don't take that out. So then I've also got a 60, and right now I've got a Rokinon 16 millimeter prime on this. So that means that this doesn't zoom, right? This is 16 millimeter. It's always 16 millimeter. This particular guy I'll use for like astrophotography when I'm shooting like both, because like one I'll be shooting the Milky Way with, and another one I'll be doing star trails with. And oftentimes like both cameras are kind of set up near each other, or I'll set one up going like, you know, a 2 or 4 hour exposure. And then the other one I'm like, you know, shooting other compositions with the Milky Way in it. So that's kind of fun to do. This one is not as high resolution as this one is. This is the 5D SR. So this is like unapologetically a stills camera. It really takes super crappy video. Like my iPhone 4 would take better video than this thing does. And this, which is like, I think 5 or 6 years old, also takes better video than this thing does. But it's not really the point of this camera. This is like stills, high megapixel, super high resolution images. And that's one of the ways that I get these, you know, really big shots, and or rather shots that can support very large print format would be the proper way of putting that. It's like a caged zoo animal here. So guys, chill, don't hit the cameras. So 60, 5D SR, right? Those are my two cameras that will be in the bag. I've set those over there. So currently my tripod is supporting my cell phone, the one that I shoot with the most, and that's the Peak carbon tripod that I guess just came out recently-ish. So then other things that I keep in my camera bag with me maybe, I don't, since I was just on a trip, this might be an interesting find.
I was there.
He was there, yeah. Where did we
went
go?
to Utah. It was a lot of fun. We took a ton of photos. We were
Yeah.
hoping to do a star trail, but it was a little too cloudy, so we weren't able to do a star trail.
Yep,
But
that's
we
right.
stayed up pretty late and looked at the stars and took pictures of the stars. And it was fun.
So I always have gloves in my bag. Gloves are very important. California here, it's often a lot colder than a lot of people associate California with being. So gloves and a hat are a must all the time. You never know when it's going to turn crappy. So headlamp, also a must. One that has a red light on it is super good. What do we have? Hello. My intervalometer. So what's that? It's Christina, I think. So this is what I use to take super long exposure shots. So this goes in the hot shoe, right? Which is this little part up here. This guy clicks in here, has a cable, connects into the side. And then this is the wireless remote. So it allows the shutter to stay open a much longer amount of time than normally will by default. Hello. Yes, hi, Rua. So that's something, it's almost always in my bag. Don't get her, Anne. Not when camera gear's all around, okay?
Fair enough. She's baby.
Yes, she's very cute.
Isn't this for like
A must these days in the pandemic, hand sanitizer. You must have hand sanitizer in your bag. Very important.
Isn't this?
What's that? Yeah, it's for Star Trails.
This is the remote thingy.
But also I'll use it for Milky Way shots because you can do like a minute or 2 minute long exposure with that thing. And then we'll put the star tracker on it.
Could you like shoot a star trail with the Milky Way?
Yeah, I've done that. The one with that was Vasquez.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? That's the Milky Way.
Oh,
That's actually
yeah.
like streaked.
Yeah, so this is
Yep.
for like the Star Trek and stuff.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yep.